everyone, this is a surprise video, and forgive me if you hear any echo in the background. I am in a kitchen, and the reason why I am in a kitchen is because I do not currently have my PC with me, and I'm using my laptop at the moment, and hopefully I'll have my PC and tablet back in a while. But for now, we're just going to talk about League's newest rework, which is Pantheon, a character that has been long overdue for a rework. His design was not nice at all. It was just horrendous, and I'm just glad that he's getting a new visual rework and some new abilities and everything like that. So I just want to preface this by saying that I am in no way a writer, and I am not a 3D artist. I animate, and I went to college for character design. So we're going to discuss that, and in no way am I going to discuss his actual lore, or his 3D modeling. There's a few things in his lore that I do want to touch up on that is just tied to his design, and that's about it. So we're going to talk about Pantheon's splash art to begin with first here. We're just going to pull this up. This piece of art is honestly really badass. I actually really like this art, and I feel like it's very similar to the art style of the splash art for Mordekaiser, which was the most recent rework that we've had. And if these are the same artist, I won't be surprised. The art styles are very similar, but if they're not, then they're not. So the art for this splash art, this character, Pantheon, looks very nice, and there's a couple things that I just want to point out. So this is the first art that I saw for Pantheon, and the first things I thought of were, oh, they kept all the gladiator stuff, and that's it. There's nothing that communicates Targon to me in this, specifically. People have pointed out that in the background of the splash art, there is the head of Aatrox in the back, which, honestly, that's really cool, and from what I've learned, apparently, Aatrox has killed this aspect of war, this god of war that is possessing Atreus, which is this human's body. So Pantheon is not the human is Atreus, and Pantheon is the god that is controlling this human body. And apparently Aatrox killed the god of war, and Atreus, Pantheon, whatever, still retains the magic powers from that god, which I don't get it. How does he still do that? And I want to know if there's any lore explanation for this, because forgive me, I don't know Pantheon's lore to a T, and I don't know about his connection with Aatrox or the Darken or anything like that. I don't know if this is new, I don't know if this is old, I really just don't know. Forgive me on that. I'm not really a League lore buff unless it's for characters that I care about. So it confuses me because usually the Darken and people like Aatrox and Rost and Varus, they're usually connected to Shurima, and the Ascended, and people like Azir and Xerath and Renekton and Nasus, they're very much connected to Shurima, and protecting Shurima, and then they become corrupted and evil, and now these weapons that need to possess a human body in order to kill a bunch of people and all this shit. I've never seen an instance in lore with other Targon characters and the Darken being prevalent in Targon. I've never seen this, and if it is an actual thing in the lore, please forgive me. I'm just stupid, and maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, but this does confuse me, but I'm very open to seeing how they write this, and how it makes sense. One thing that don't make sense to me, though, is that this human still has god powers after the god that's possessing it is already dead. That's what I want to know. Besides that, the splash art in general, it's nice, but the thing that isn't communicating Pantheon to me is the fact that he's standing still in his splash art. He is standing completely still, and it's not delivering that, oh, he's possessed by this god of war and he's gonna go into battle at any second. Riot said in the video that was released of Pantheon earlier today that they wanted to really deliver the one-man army aspect design that Pantheon already has. And I don't see a one-man army in this image. I see a very intimidating gladiator man. That's all I see. I don't see him going into battle and besting a bunch of opponents like Jax would. I see a gladiator man standing there. That's all I see. Speaking of standing still, that has been a theme for a lot of League splash art lately. If you look back at the splash arts for Kiana, Yumi, and Mordekaiser, they're all standing still. There's no action sequences in splash art recently, and that's what's been really annoying me, because why would you make a immortal death knight who's died 3 times, a queen that controls all the elements, and a magic cat stand still in their splash art? I feel like their splash art could tell their story a lot easier than standing completely still and immobile and not actually jumping into battle, and that's been annoying me recently. Also, Riot isn't animating splash arts for these characters anymore. They're just posting the splash art picture with the champion theme, and that's also been annoying me because I really did like those animated splash arts and I thought they were really pretty, and I feel like they need to bring those back because that's been annoying me. Nevertheless, we're gonna get into Pantheon's main design aspects. We're gonna bring up his model here. Please keep in mind, I'm not an expert on 3D modeling. I don't know anything about 3D modeling. I don't know shit. I'm just going to talk about the visuals. This... I have a lot of problems with this. And the first one I'm going to discuss is that Pantheon, this new Pantheon at least, he's a very warm character. He has a lot of warm colors. He has this very dark tan skin. He has this very warm golden armor and weapons. He has a very dark purple cape. And he also has this, like, comet ponytail thing going on in his helmet, which I actually really like, and we're going to touch on that in a second. He just looks very warm. And the thing with warm characters is that typically, the warmer you make the colors, the darker the model is going to get, and that's how it's always been. Same with cool colors. The more cool they get, chances are the more lighter they might become. That is, per se, ignoring characters like Lysandra, who have mostly blue colors in them, but still stay a very dark character, a very evil character. Pantheon, this is a very warm color palette. This is not a color palette that Targonians have. This is not a color that Targonian aspects have. Targon has a lot of colors that have to do with golds, pinks, oranges, purples, space colors, very celestial themes to them. And Pantheon doesn't have that. Pantheon has a dark blue cape with a little bit of star constellations in it, which is a nice touch. And he also has this meteor comet ponytail coming out of his helmet, which I also really like. I think that's also a very nice touch. It reminds me of those kind of like fur decorations that gladiator hats would have on the top of them, and I really like that. The problem with this design that I see specifically is that this looks like a skin for Pantheon. This doesn't look like Pantheon, it feels like a skin made for the champion. Specifically, this looks like a cosmic skin. The cosmic line of skins for League is a skin line, if you're unfamiliar, where they take a few champions and they turn them into these space god, magical, celestial powers, these entities, and they control stars and black holes and galaxies, and they rewrite the universe, and they have these cosmic skins that are defending the universe from the dark star skins, who are like these evil monsters that just swallow universes and galaxies and shit like that. This looks like a cosmic skin. You'll notice these designs on his shield, his weapon, and the sides, these kind of like fins on his helmet. These are designs that are specifically taken from cosmic skins. If we bring up this character, this is Cosmic Enchantress Lulu. This is a skin for the character Lulu. You'll notice she has those same designs. She has that circle with the point on either side or on one side, and she has that kind of like black hole aesthetic in the middle of these circles. This is not just with Lulu. This happens with this skin for Xin Zhao, and for Jin, that was recently released. This isn't even a cosmic skin, this is a dark cosmic skin, which is, ooh, it's special because he's a dark star, but he's also cosmic and whatever. He has these circles with spikes motifs too. He has these as well. And this tiny little design that they put on these cosmic skins is so prevalent within the skin line that they have icons for it. These black hole designs and these circles with spikes and all that, these are very prevalent in the cosmic skin line. So when you take an aspect of a skin line that is so prevalent and put it onto a design for a character that you want to keep as a permanent design in the game, it makes it look more like a skin. If we take an example here, the Blood Moon skin line is a skin line that is themed after Onis and demons and these Japanese kind of evil ritual where they worship the blood moon every night and all that stuff. One thing that's very prevalent with these skins is that they all wear masks. Even the ones that aren't wearing masks have masks on the side of their head or something like that. Masks are very important. Specifically, they have masks that have very jagged teeth or red horns or glowing eyes or one glowing eye. And this happens a lot in these skins. If you were to take this mask and put it on a new character, it's not going to feel like a new character, it's going to feel like they're part of the Blood Moon line. Similarly, a similar instance happened with their new project skins. They released Project Warwick, which, when you look at the design and the model of it, it doesn't feel like a project skin. Project skins are usually for human characters. But the Praetorian skin line with Fiddlesticks, with these kind of mechanized teeth and this scary, corrupted, evil robot look, I feel like Warwick would fit a lot more easily into that, because Warwick in the project skin line sticks out like a sore thumb. As in, Pantheon sticks out like a sore thumb in front of all the other Targon skins. You put them all together and he doesn't look like he fits in. And I feel like that's a problem. Pantheon right now does not have his own identity. They make him this space Spartan, but he doesn't look like a space Spartan just yet. All the pieces are here, but they're not being put together properly in my mind. I don't see this as a success. But I don't see it as bad either. I want only the best for this character. I want him to succeed. I want him to look nice. I want people to like him. And so far, based on audience reactions, people do seem to like him. People seem to like this design and like his new abilities and like everything about him, which I do like. But from a design standpoint and the way I look at it, I feel like something is missing. And that is Pantheon as a character, as his identity. So that's basically all I have to say. Let's hope his voice acting is good. Let's hope the VFX do a very good job of making this character look nice. And let's just hope he looks better on his final release, because this piece of art is not final. And that's all I really have to say about this. So, yeah, that's kind of it. Before I go, I just want to give a small thank you to everyone who's pledged to me on Patreon. Your support is very, very much appreciated, and I'm very happy to everyone that has pledged to me there. If you aren't familiar with my Patreon or just have never seen it, there's a link to it down below, and you can choose to pledge if you want to. And yeah, that's just about it. So thanks, guys. Thank you for pledging to me on Patreon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.